Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear, and we're going to look at a loader today. We're looking at the JT Revolution. So when I started playing paintball, 1992, this is the first loader that I had. I had a Revy. Everybody called them a Revy. JT Revolution was the loader that you had to have if you wanted to be the coolest paintballer around. Now we can tell there's all sorts of different loaders and things like that, but Revys still hold up. They still work great for people who aren't trying to shoot a tremendous amount of paint. Pump players use them for their setups. They're just great loaders. They're consistent and they work. They're just not as fast as other loaders are today, and they're not as easy to take apart. And, the ways they work are a little bit archaic, but that's okay because they still work and they still do what they need to do. So it's a super cool loader. Not the fastest thing you'll ever see or the coolest technology, but I still love them. So like you see, what you see is what you get right here. You've got a basic loader setup. You've got just the standard form that you would see on a 200 round loader, except you have this back section here, which is going to hold your batteries, your motor, and the wiring to go up to the eyes. So the Revolution is an eye sensor system. When it is spinning like that, and there's a ball in the breech, it will stop. When that ball rolls past the sensor, it will start. So it is possible in a loader like this for the eyes to get dirty and for it to not function properly. So obviously you want to keep your loader clean. You want to shoot decent paint, clean paint. On the back side here, you've got your on and off toggle. You've got a little light right here, which is just a low battery indicator. So when your battery gets low, the light will come on and say that your batteries are low. The bottom section here holds your battery door. So this just slides open and holds two 9-volt batteries inside there. When you go to put your door on, it will not shut on the batteries. You have to push the batteries down so that they make contact inside there, and then you can slide the battery door over the top of them. If you just try to shut the door, you're gonna smash the batteries and probably break your door. So push your batteries down, slide the door over. Very simple. Loader, standard size V-neck loader, you drop it right in. Most every gun has a clamp on it now. Back in the day, I had to like tape mine or sand it depending on whatever gun I was using, so it was always a nightmare. But everybody's gun, pretty much these days, has some sort of adjustment to the loader, so you don't need to worry about the feed neck on there. And plus, it's super reinforced composite shell here, so you're not going to run into breaking them. I broke mine all the time because the shells were kind of different back then, but not anymore. They figured out how to make them structurally strong. Just a normal pop-open lid like this. These will use a universal speed feed style, so a halo style speed feed will fit on the top here. You can clamp that right on and get rid of your lid, or if you like the lid, use it. If it's raining outside, maybe you don't need a speed feed, you want a lid. Spring-loaded, fits right on there. Capacity, I believe it's 180 balls. Yeah, 180. And they say about 12 balls a second, which is roughly right. I mean, if you're trying to shoot 12 balls a second with this loader, you're probably going to run into an issue. So it might do it, but not consistently in any way. You might get that optimal drop where that 12 balls per second happens really quick, but then it'll skip and miss and things like that, and you won't get that rate of fire. That's not a big deal. You're not buying this loader to go 12 balls a second. You're buying it because it works, and there's probably quite a few of you out there who used one of these at one time and loved it, so you'll buy one just because. So we'll put some balls in here. We've got our mix of paint as usual, some Reball, some standard paint, some Redemption, some Toxic. Yeah, there's all sorts of things in there. Let's dump that in. That's about 160 balls right there, and you can see we still have room in the top. Close our lid, turn it on. As you can see, nothing happened because there's paint in it. So this doesn't need to spin in order to get those first balls through there because, again, this isn't a force-feeding loader. The impeller system right here, the fingers that spin around inside there, just barely go over the top of the hole. So they just keep the hole clear from jamming up. They don't push paint down in and down. Once it clears that feed port right there, you're relying on gravity to get that paint into the gun. So your drop rate can be very inconsistent. All the spinning it does inside here is just keep it clear and keep it moving. So here we go. one of those right out of there. See in there. Can't really load paint though if I do that. All right, there we go. Again, it's not the fastest loader. It's not the most consistent loader. You can see there are all sorts of gaps and spacing in the paint right there. But it will run, and it will continue to run, and it probably won't have any issues if you keep it clean. So if you need something basic for guns that aren't just spitting out a million balls a second, the Revy actually is a workhorse, and it will work just fine. So I recommend picking one up. It's got a special place in my heart because it was my first loader, but for all you newbies out there and all the people just getting involved, it's a good choice. So check it out on the website, JT Revolution. Order yours now through ansgear.com.